Hi, everybody. I've had some questions from people who would like to set up a Google Calendar that they can use as a sign out. So, for example, if you wanted to use it to sign out at iPad cards or a computer lab or something like that, works really well. So, here's what you do you create a calendar in Google. So, we're going to go to this drop down arrow right next to my calendars, and we're just going to create a new calendar. So, we click on Create New Calendar. Give it a name. I'm just naming this test because I'm just showing you as an example. The description could go right here where you could give people directions of how to use this and where it would be used. Here's where you would put a location if that's applicable. You're definitely going to want to share this calendar. You're going to want to share it with everybody else in your organization. Making it public is a little bit risky because everybody literally on the internet has access to it and could sign out events or iPad cards or whatever it is that this is going to be used for. So I would not make it public. You could share it with another owner. If you do that, you're giving them the ability to do any of these things. So they can see what's free and busy and hide the details. They can see all events with the details. They can make changes to the events, or you can make changes and manage sharing. So you can give them all the rights basically that you have. You're going to see why this is not really necessary for what we're doing. But I'm going to create that calendar, and it should pop up any second. If it doesn't pop up right away, you can go up here and refresh. But you'll see it showed up. So that took maybe 10 or 20 seconds for the calendar to update. Now on this calendar, I'm going to create an event, and I'm just going to click on right around 8 in the morning. But this is an important part. We're not creating an event on this calendar. In fact, we're creating an appointment slot. And there's a big distinction. This is only available for educators or corporations. The home account that you might have or might be used to, you wouldn't have seen this because it's not available. So again, I'm just going to put in something as an example. So period 1, and you need to be aware that when you name this, you may want to be specific. So if this is for an iPad cart sign out, for example, you might say period 1 iPad cart and leave it at that. I'm going to click on the type and make an offer for a single appointment slot. But here's the second part of this that is super important and easy to make a mistake. The appointment slot has to be changed to appointment slot and not an event. The other thing is the calendar. It will automatically default to your normal calendar, your personal calendar. You want to make it whatever calendar you are creating, which in this case is test. So make sure that you change that to the other calendar. That happens every time you create an event, but you'll see in just a second that's not really that big a deal. Edit details, and we're going to change the times and things like that. So I'm just going to make it 8:35 to say 9:15, and I'm going to repeat this. This is really important because I can repeat it every day of the week so that people can use the iPad cart every day of the week. I'm also repeating this weekly. And so next week, it will also be offered every day of the week. The week after that will be offered every day of the week. And that will happen on forever unless I change one of these end settings. I'm just going to leave it so it never ends. So literally, this will happen forever. I'm just going to click Done. I can put where down here, and I can also put in a description for this event. Okay? Click on Save, and you will see in just a second it creates all of my appointment slots. This is how it looks when I see it. If I click on one of these, you'll see if I edit the details, it shows me a web address or a link up on top. This goes to the calendar. This is not specific to this appointment slot. It's specific to the entire calendar. So if I copy that, and you can do that by going to Edit and down to Copy, I can go to a different calendar. So I'll just open up a new page here, a new tab, and you can paste it in there. Again, you can do that by going to Edit and Paste. Just press Return, and this is what everyone else will see when I email them that link or put it on a website or something like that. All they have to do is click on the appointment slot. It automatically populates their name, tells them the period that they have it. Had you put in, or had we put in, a description and a where, it would have listed those automatically. All they do is click save. They don't change anything else. When they save it, two things will happen. One, it will email them a reminder right away, and it also sends them this event right to their calendar. So if they want to make sure that they successfully signed out, say, the iPad cart on that time and that day, they'll check their email. It will give them that. If they want to see it, it will be on their calendar. So that if I go back to my personal calendar, I can see actually in the test calendar that this is now split. If I click on it as the owner, it shows me some things that I can change. If I click on this one, it shows me who has it. So I can look as the owner of this calendar and see who signed it out. Other people will not see that. They'll just see that the slot disappeared. And so my personal calendar, and I'll get rid of the test calendar so we can just look, it added me automatically this event onto my calendar because I signed it out. If I click on that, I can cancel the appointment right here. And this is important because when they cancel the appointment, I want to delete and update guests. What will happen is it deletes it from my personal calendar, but it also will change it here. And this sometimes takes 5 or 10 minutes, but this will update right here, and this slot will become available again so that when other people are looking at the calendar, instead of it looking like this, and I'll just refresh the page, it goes back to being split. Okay, so I can sign this back out because the person, me, who originally signed out that slot realized that that was a time that wasn't going to work for me, so I made it available again. Now anybody else could come along and sign this out. So that's basically how it works. It lasts forever once you get it set up for the periods of the day, whatever slots you're going to make it available. And that's it. People just click on it, click save, and they're done. If they want to back out of having that appointment, they go to their email, and they should see the confirmation. They can go to their calendar, just cancel the appointment and update everyone, and the slot comes right back. Remember that other people, if I sign this out again, click save, X this box out. If I refresh this, everyone else will see just a blank spot here. They probably will not see the details. They're just going to see that these little blocks have disappeared in the spots where people have signed out the lab or the iPad card. So I hope that helps, and I hope that's something that will be useful to you.